Hey everyone, and welcome! Today, we're tackling the most powerful tool in Splitter, SmartSelection and Extract. Let's go! This tool lets you isolate a region of the model with a single click and extract it as a separate, printable part. In practice, you can remove a feature to print it separately, split a model into logical subparts, isolate a damaged zone for repair, or prepare a multicolor print. On our bust, which here measures 400 millimeters in X, 272 in Y, and 305 in Z, I'm going to make 3 extractions. First the eyes, then the 2 patches around the eyes to prepare a color print. And finally, I'll separate the whole head from the body so I can reassemble them after printing. You'll see both uses of the tool in a single video. First, click the Extract Geometry button. The Options panel opens on the right, with the SmartSelection button in orange right at the top. To make a Smart Selection, hold Ctrl and click a face on the model. Splitter automatically selects the region that makes sense to extract. Tip: for this first click, aim for a convex part. It usually works best. And if you want to grab a whole area at once, hold Shift and click. That's the fill to selection. To refine it, everything is in the panel. 3 buttons. The plus button to extend the selection, the minus button to shrink it, and the cross button to clear everything. You also have 2 painting tools for precise touch-ups. Paint Triangle, which works triangle by triangle, perfect for the outline of the eyes, and Paint Sphere, which acts on every triangle inside a sphere, handy for a large area like the head. And for Paint Sphere, a slider lets you grow or shrink the size of the sphere, depending on how fine you want it. Both painting tools work the same way. Ctrl plus click to paint and add, Alt plus click to erase, and the Escape key to exit the tool. And of course, Ctrl Z to undo, Ctrl Y to redo. Before each extraction, remember 2 essential commands. Fill to close the internal holes in the selection, and Clean to smooth the edges. That's what guarantees a nice clean cut every time. Once the selection is ready, you choose how to close the cut. You have 2 options. The first, interlocking, a keyed joint that lets you cleanly reassemble the parts after printing. You have 2 settings to tune the fit: depth, the joint depth, and conicity, the draft angle. Set them according to how tight you want the parts to be. Big advantage: a live preview shows up before extraction, so you can adjust without redoing the selection. The second option, patch, a flat closure, simple and fast. And with patch, you keep the choice: add a tenon, the single pyramidal tenon, or leave the cut completely flat. In this video, I'll use both modes. For the eyes and the 2 patches around the eyes, I use interlocking, a keyed joint that holds them firmly in place in their slot. Then, to separate the head from the body, I use patch with a tenon, so the 2 large parts reposition perfectly when reassembled. Once you've made your choice, click OK. Splitter creates 2 files in the work zone, the extracted region and the remaining body. Both are closed and watertight and can be processed independently. Now that you know all the functions, let's watch the tool in action on the whole model. I'll run through my extractions sped up. You'll see the full process, the eyes and the 2 patches in interlocking, then the head and body separation in patch with a tenon. Each time, the same method: I select, I refine, I clean with fill and clean, and I extract. And with each extraction, a new independent part appears in the work zone. The tip to remember: patch for a simple separation, interlocking or patch with a tenon when the object needs to be reassembled. And always fill and clean before extracting. And there you go! You've mastered the most game-changing tool in Splitter. If this video helped you, thumbs up and subscribe. See you soon!